At first, I had no idea what writing a book, how it applied to entrepreneurship in the slightest.
I get asked the question a lot, how is this an entrepreneurship class? Why does that even make sense? Well, the funny part about it is actually the experience that I take someone through to build their book is a lot like the process of teaching them to build a startup company. There's the elements of customer discovery, of research, of testing, of building, of revising, and ultimately of launching. So it's a lot more similar than you may think, which is part of the reason we're able to help so many people do it. But I think there's an even better answer to this in some ways, in particular for people that want to start a company or have an idea in mind. I found the book process to be an incredible way for an entrepreneur to really discover the areas and depth behind it, to really be able to build their own credibility and ultimately to have a better shot of creating a successful company. So I think here's a few stories of examples of these entrepreneurs who've been going through the process of working on their company and at the same time using a book as a way to together build something even better, bigger, and ultimately, hopefully, more successful.
There's synergy there. So, being an author lets me become a better entrepreneur, and being an entrepreneur lets me become a better author, because I basically take a lot of these academic insights and insights from previous people who I've reached out to, have interviewed, and understanding the conceptual side, and then get to apply that in practice. And then that feedback loop really, I think, furthers not only my understanding of both, but also my ability to succeed in both worlds. So in that way, it's really, really great. Yeah.
At first, I had no idea what writing a book, how it applied to entrepreneurship in the slightest. I thought, okay, so we're gonna do, originally when I signed up for the class, I thought I was going to be creating a startup company in a group, and that would be our project, sort of like you would expect any entrepreneurship class. And then as we went through the process, each week I sort of saw customer identification through our interviews and sort of the conversations and insights we were getting through our research. And then as I was developing my ideas and my theories for what this book would actually look like in the final manuscript that's getting published, I got a real clear understanding of how entrepreneurship is, through writing a book, the process of developing ideas, seeing if they test well, experimenting with them, iterating on them, and then actually creating some full-fledged product.
Yeah, it's been really busy and very tiring, but I think doing, when I started my business, I did market research on the retail industry, and so I thought I knew all about my competitors and I knew everything there was to know about the retail industry, but really diving into the history of retail and showing how women are changing the future of the retail industry, both as consumers and as entrepreneurs, has been very helpful for me. I think it's helped me hone in my own pitch, what I pitch to people for my business, and just help me understand what I'm getting myself into.
What's harder, running $1 million business or publishing a book?
Wow. So I think they both have their challenges, and I would say that running $1 million business was certainly difficult, but writing a book was also equally as difficult.
That's awesome.
I was working on a startup. There's an idea that me and my roommate were working on over the summer, which was how about we dynamically price at restaurants, that have fluctuating demand throughout the day. And so we were working on that, and we saw this course on the course catalog, and we just showed up to the first day of class thinking that because it was called Launching the Venture, it'd help us, actually organize our startup. We sit down in class, and the professor won't stop talking about how everyone's going to be writing a book. And my roommate looks at me, and I'm looking at my roommate, and he just says, "I'm out," and he just leaves. And I'm sitting there, and I'm thinking about it, and I think the class is super intriguing. This concept of signal and all of this stuff really has me hooked. So I decided to give it a shot. I keep coming back for a few more classes, and I just kind of got addicted to the process of collecting information, aggregating it, reaching out to people, and I think it was really beneficial, and I'm really glad I stayed.